This is my friend Patty Rummins, and some of you know Patty. She's been at Trinity for 15 years. 7 of those years she was on staff in our children's ministry, and she is the first room leader we're hiring for the TEDCenter. It's very exciting, yep. 2 claps for you, Patty. Sometimes Marvin will say, I'll double click on that. Patty, I would ask a question first, because you could work anywhere you want. Why do you want to work at the TEDCenter? And Patty's currently in the early childhood field working in another center. Why do you want to work at the TEDCenter?
Well, you know, when we first talked about this, I fired so many questions to you, and I found out that we are truly going to be a play-based learning center. Children learn through play. There's research upon research that back this up. Now, does that mean we just play all day and do nothing? Well, I mean, kind of, but like because they're learning. You get in a room with children that are conversing and laughing and even crying and problem solving their own, issues. That is where the learning happens in every way. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited because our amazing building is being used in a mind-blowing way. And I am so excited because families that may never come into a church, they will come and bring their kids to someone that loves them and cares for them and they know will treat them well. So it's truly like God's kingdom is coming together and these children will be loved and welcomed. I am super excited about that. And like when I started volunteering here, I was not interested in volunteering in the children's wing. I just did it for a friend that needed help in a room. I was actually just terrified of children. and I found out that I loved it. And then while I was working here, God's people and the Holy Spirit just showed me that I had a real calling on my life. Mm-hmm. And that is when I decided to step into the early childhood development field. So
yeah. God has a calling on your life, Patty.
Yeah, and when I heard we were doing this, I just knew this is where I wanted to do it.
So glad that you're here. What are some specific things you're looking forward to through the TEDCenter?
Okay, there's so many. I'm looking forward to our family nights. I'm looking forward to coming together as families. I'm looking forward to that noise. I'm excited about that noise. That noise is music to God's ears. You know why? Because it's life and it's excitement and I'm looking forward to what we're going to be doing together. I'm looking forward to arts, especially. I love art. I'm very excited that you wanted a program where we're learning art.
Yeah. I'm wondering if you could speak into, because we're going to let some of our older children experience the garden here.
Gardening, thanks. So yes, gardening. I'm crazy excited about this. We are going to be gardening. We're doing a billion things, but the gardening is something I'm really excited about. We have this beautiful community garden out there. We're going to have space, but we're going to have space in our classroom and in our playground for gardening. The children are going to be using their fingers to dig in the dirt. They're going to be using tools. That's technology, by the way. and we're going to be growing plants and caring for plants. We know that God created this beautiful world for us. And there is, not only are we learning the science of a plant's life cycle or a goldfish's life cycle, right? We're learning the intention and care that God has used and the nurturing that he constantly gives us. We're spiritually connecting with that as we learn about the science that comes into it. We're building like compassion and nurturing and empathy. Our children are building that in their lives. And it's, again, scientifically proven. Children are building those skills as they learn and grow. In areas like gardening.
Yeah, it's part of the arts. So this is a very unique, that we have a piano school right here, the DS School of Piano, down at the end of the wing, and our 4-year-olds will have piano lessons.
Yes, they're going to have piano lessons and dance.
And dance. All of our preschoolers will get dance instruction. Julie Bussard, who's been a part of this church since she was a child, will be our preschool dance instructor. So just even within the arts, there's so much children will be learning. Patty is one of those artists. We'll have artists embedded in the rooms where children will do some crafts, but they'll also do artwork. And you can absolutely talk about art, Patty.
Okay, so the casual observer that does not know about the playground. Okay, so Our playground, if you take a look at it, you're like, oh, that's a really boring yard. It is not boring. It is specifically and intentionally created for our children's development. So there is a reason that you don't see big slides and super things like that, because that's typically for entertainment value. We wanted something that is for development value. So will these children be laughing, running, and playing and jumping? Well, yes, but they're going to be doing it on varied natural surfaces. So it's called a natural playground. They're going to be like, we need grass, we need sand, we need dirt and rocks. We need these things to climb on and walk through. The uneven nature of the terrain builds our muscles, builds our balance, right? We need to search for bugs, and we need to, the kids were gonna search for bugs, I'm not gonna search for bugs. And we need to connect to that, to learn and to grow, to develop our muscles. And it's just, again, scientifically researched that natural playgrounds are where it's at. And this is where our children are developing. Even something like eyesight, long-term eyesight is improved when you are outside and spend significant time in a natural environment.
It's another one of those areas. Your wisdom and experience tells you this to be true, but there is so much research that demonstrates it. So you can see why we're excited that Patty will be joining the TEDCenter. Will you show her your appreciation? And there's more like her. If you have children, you will want them to be at this center.